Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yup, what's good, original crew, man? We're back, baby. New Patrick CC. We had 3 simple words made Lil Jon $33.3 million. Ain't that something? His mama proud. I know he didn't need that big vocabulary. All he needed was 3 words in his life. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but also he's done more.
Yeah.
To even get to the point where he could use 3 words. He had to do it, you know what I'm saying? If you know his credibility, man, Lil Jon and the Eastside Boys, that was the whole group. He was a producer, DJ, radio, like, so he has a resume.
Definitely put it to work, yeah.
So, with that being said, man, make sure y'all check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go, man. You want the first part, you gotta do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video,
liking it with a thumbs up.
We'll highly appreciate it. But let's check it out. Let's see what it's about. Let's see if we break down Lil Jon the correct way. Let's go.
In Lil Jon's most successful song of all time, he says 12 words total. In his second most successful song of all time, he says just 19 unique words. But truthfully, most people would associate him with the 3 most basic words in the English language.
Yeah! What? Okay!
Now, people often criticize rappers for having small vocabularies, on the basis that less words equals less talent. But Lil Jon isn't a rapper, and some would argue that being able to build a legacy as iconic as his on such few words is actually more difficult, especially when you consider he kinda did this all by accident. Stay hydrated. Lil Jon is known for his energy, hype, and love for partying, with iconic lines like, "If you ain't getting drunk, get the fuck out the club." He carried that same energy throughout his early years. In high school, he loved punk rock music, spending his...
Have you ever seen that picture of him?
No.
I have. It's one of the, like, most, like...
Honestly, if you showed me that picture, I wouldn't have even known it was Lil Jon.
For real? You know what? A lot of y'all haven't seen Lil Jon without his glasses. Because he always keeps the shades on. If you look at, like...
I'm trying to, like...
If you see Lil Jon without his shades, you'll be like, oh, yeah,
I can see it. I can see it. No, I can see it here.
No, you got to see him without the shades on. The reason why I covered up the eyes is because that's not what you see. You don't see his eyes.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
in mosh pits at Agent Orange shows. And considering his love for partying, what's more important to a party than a DJ? At age 16, Lil Jon taught himself how to DJ in his parents' basement. They used to let him throw his own parties under their supervision rather than let him be in the streets somewhere. And that proved to be the right decision, because as Lil Jon got into his 20s, his skills would impress someone who would change his life forever. Jon landed a regular DJ gig at Club Phoenix in downtown Atlanta. It was at Club Phoenix where he was scouted by rapper, producer, and executive Jermaine Dupri. Although Dupri was impressed by his DJing, he actually wanted him to be an A&R. When it came to A&R, all I could think about was Lil Jon, because he was the person in the clubs. He knew people. DJs knew him. I had to hire him. An A&R's job is essentially to recruit and discover talent for the labels to sign. But So So Def was not even close to a well-established label, and Lil Jon didn't see this as a promising.
What's going on? Oh, he playing with his ball. Sorry, y'all. If y'all hear
some...
Hey. Stop.
Go lay down for a second, okay, baby? Go lay down. Okay.
But, that's what I had initially went to school for, to be an A&R.
Yeah.
It's just, man, the respect, because my thing is a lot of people fail to realize, like a lot of y'all favorite icons when it comes, I don't know who works right now, you or him.
Go ahead.
When it comes down to a lot of y'all favorite icons and being able to discover people, a lot of them started off as A&R. Diddy, unfortunately, even though he going through, was one of the best A&Rs. He just helped discover Mary J. Blige, Casey and JoJo. You know what I'm saying? All the Biggie, all them like.
Yeah.
I don't know if he helped with Heavy D. I know he was around Heavy D, but I don't know if he helped discover Heavy D or not. But like even Jermaine Dupri, like how discovering, like being able to have an eye for talent, but also an ear for talent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, just because you listen to music, you think you know talent when you hear it. Nah, I like growing up, I knew a hit before it became a hit.
Yeah.
And that's how I knew I had a different love for music. Like, I'm just like, all right, that's cool and whatnot, but I could tell by the way somebody carry themselves, the way, like, you can see the trajectory of how this artist is going to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What sets them apart? What gets them, you know what I'm saying, that boost? I was listening to Drake when he first came out. He was doing stuff with Trey Songz, and I was a huge fan of Drake by then. I was like, yo, this dude from Toronto, he up next. And then, like, back in MySpace days, I was on Drake heavy back before all that. And then now look at him. You know what I'm saying? Like, Wiz. Yeah. I was listening to Wiz on MySpace. Cause actually, MySpace used to over-promote him. And I was like, man, I remember the Paper Plane thing. And I'm like, let me check this out. And I was bumping Wiz, like, ever since. I was on YG before he really got popular. Nip before he got popular. Like, a lot of up-and-coming artists. And I knew the big circle push that came was going to be Drake, Big Sean, which he kind of, you know what I'm saying, didn't do what I thought he was going to do.
He got it
Kendrick
back.
let's just get back.
I'm sorry, y'all. If y'all hear anything, please just...
But this ain't about them. This is about Lil Jon.
Yeah.
An A&R's job is essentially to recruit and discover talent for the labels to sign. But So So Def was not even close to a well-established label, and Lil Jon didn't see this as a promising career path. He actually was considering enrolling in Georgia State University and even took some courses at Fort McPherson through Georgia Military College. But Dupree greenlit an album for $100,000 and gave Lil Jon full creative control. So a music career was on the horizon. With that money, Lil Jon linked with some of the best producers, DJs, and artists in the underground Atlanta scene to create the So So Def Bass All-Stars album. As you can imagine, it was an album full of dancey fun bangers, perfect for the club. You probably recognize track 2. My Boo by Ghost Town DJs became known for the Running Man Challenge, a viral dance that absolutely dominated the internet in 2016, bringing it to number 27 on the Billboard Hot 100 20 years later. Lil Jon produced that song 2 decades earlier. However, in 1996, the album was also pretty popular. It climbed to the 9th spot on the R&B and hip-hop chart, solidifying Lil Jon's presence and influence in the music industry. Jon was known all around the country for turning up clubs with the songs he produced. Now it was time for him to jump on the mic. The group Lil Jon and the East Side Boys was formed, with him and his 2 childhood friends, Big Sam and Lil Bo. We'd be the rowdy crowd in the club. So Lil Jon told me and Bo we were going to do a song, Who You With. I was like, okay, we'll do a song and that'll be it. And a couple weeks later, they came back and said, we want you guys to do an album. So we did an album. I don't know why he chose us. I'm just glad he did. Lil Jon and the East Side Boys put out their first record independently, starting with Get Crunk, Who You With, the album, in 1997. The album was jam-packed with records that talked about shaking ass and getting lit, complemented by production containing simple synth melody.
Look at the album intro. Number 2 song, Bounce That Ass. Number 3, Shake Your Booty. Number 4, Get Crunk. Number 5, Get Crunk. Well, number 4 is Get Crunk intro. But then Who You With? Bruh, like, if you want to, like, have that, I miss them days, bruh. Like, that good energy. You know what to play. You know what I'm saying? Then, back then, you can listen to some fight music. One fight might break out. Then a nigga might get stumped out in the party, but the party don't stop. It keep going because motherfucker wasn't leaving the party to go get their guns and come shoot up the party. He might got escorted by his homies and they leave the party be like, damn, nigga, you got your ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't, man, they might cancel the party because if it got too rowdy, but then nobody gets shot. Nowadays, y'all kids can't and shove each other. If somebody step on the shoe, man, y'all can party with us. Your shoes get dirty regardless. Ain't no keeping no fresh white Air Force Ones. Nigga, we kept fresh white K-Swiss. Real. But this is the music we listen to. Like, we ain't that old, though. I was a baby when this came out, so don't get it twisted. But at the same time, it's a moment of our childhood. This is what we watched 106 Apart was Lil Jon, bro. Like, this is who you got turned up to. Like, Shawty freak a little something. That's a good joint, bro. Now, I ain't never listened to a bunch of Lil Jon, but I know, like, Lil Jon the Eastside Boy. He made a lot of people superstars.
Repetitive claps, and lots of bass. They ended up selling 100,000 singles and 40,000 albums on their own. They had the underground in a chokehold because their records were fun. They reduced the idea of having intricate verses to fun chants that everyone in the club would memorize before the song was over. Put Yo Hood Up, Move and Bia Bia were perfect examples of this. But even still, by this point, Lil Jon never considered himself a rapper, which is ironic.
Quit acting like that ain't how we used to party.
I know, but you hurting me.
You couldn't be in the party just standing. How y'all be standing now in the club, mother? You better get. You gonna have to leave. You gonna have to leave. A motherfucker gonna come in, they gonna start pushing you, elbowing you, and you gonna be like, they look at you like, what? You had big clothes on, sweaty, stanky.
Not stanky.
Girls used to leave the club parties with their hair all looking.
Little ponytail.
And that's how you know you had a good time. You be like, you sweat, you stink.
Little ponytail done sweated out.
Y'all be sweaty and stanky. You know, y'all, there's always somebody musty with a little about that.
Oh, she really did.
But even still, by this point, Lil Jon never considered himself a rapper, which is ironic because this was arguably the most rapping he ever did, and would ever do in his career. Crunk music was about a hot beat, a hot hook, and something people could chant along with. Crunk is best defined as a fusion of Miami bass and Memphis buck roughneck chants backed with 808 beats and humming bass. Lil Jon was able to fuse the energy of bass music with street rap and came up with Crunk. But most of us were introduced to Lil Jon in 2002 with the track Get Low alongside the Yin Yang Twins on the album Kings of Crunk. In the early 2000s, the music video was more important than ever. Many of you probably remember the days of turning on MTV and just seeing what new songs would pop up. The video for Get Low showed Lil Jon's over-the-top outfit, cane, and signature iced-out cup full of who knows what. This video sent the song all the way to number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. Lil Jon became the most requested artist for radio DJs, and since he was a DJ himself, they were more than happy to play his tracks. Shake That Monkey peaked at 84 on the Billboard Hot 100.
That's his little cheat code too. His cheat code to success was, hey, I'm a DJ. I know what motherfuckers want to hear in the club. And especially of that time to turn up and have fun. I know the cheat code because I'm in the clubs DJing. Y'all A&Rs, y'all not in the clubs. Y'all are not the ones who playing the records. I'm the one playing on the records, and I'm the one who know how to talk to the crowd. So to be honest, he just took his DJing, put it on an album, and made money.
Yeah.
That's what you call smart work. Nowadays, I don't think you can do that and really get no respect for real. I don't think a lot of people will respect you. They be like, oh, you ain't talking about nothing. But it was more about energy and party and having fun, man. It ain't about y'all sitting in y'all rooms and wanna be on the computer all day and listen to music. You get what I'm saying? We did say.
Happy to play his tracks. Shake That Monkey peaked at 84 on the Billboard Hot 100. Salt Shaker peaked at number 9. Damn peaked at number 4, which was an anthem to taunt your ops in the club. 2003, Lil Jon was on fire, and everyone in the industry wanted him.
Hey, you remember, because I just saw something. You remember when they used to carry around that gasoline? I can't find it. Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
the gasoline.
I seen it.
They used to carry around the gasoline. I used to be like, I know they ain't drinking on no gas, bro. I'll be like, what the fuck is in the gasoline jug?
You want
I wanted to see what it was. And then he had the pimp cup. I be like, now every time I see a pastor got a cup like that, I be like, little pimp. You ain't never seen no pastor with a customized cup.
What pastor you done say one?
I'm just asking you. I'm asking you, have you ever seen a pastor that had a...
No.
Come on now, little pimp cup, man.
2003, Lil Jon was on fire, and everyone in the industry wanted him on their song if they wanted it to go crazy in the club, and Usher was the first artist to truly capitalize on that. At the time, Usher was an R&B sensation who had slow and sensual songs topping the charts, but he wasn't exactly being played in the clubs. Lil Jon was about to change that when they linked up and made a song called Yeah, with the hook focusing on one of Jon's iconic ad-libs repeating 12 times. But they needed a rapper to certify this as a club smash, so they sent it over to Ludacris.
Lil Jon sent me the record, with Usher's lyrics on there. Another record instantly, as soon as I heard it, I was in my house in Atlanta. Instantly, I was like, this shit is out of here. It took me no time to write my verse for it. And I was like, this is such a smash, I gotta be on more than just a verse.
Yeah spent an astonishing 12 weeks at the #1 spot on the Billboard Hot 100. Yeah is a true anthem of the early 2000s and at every awkward middle school dance. It was on every list of the top songs of the decade and is easily one of the most iconic hip-hop club records of all time. From there, he had even more Billboard success with songs named after his ad-libs, Let's Go and Okay. He also had Kulo with Pitbull, Lovers and Friends, and What You Gon' Do. Whether it was a song to get the gangsters hype or the ladies to dance, Lil Jon had the music industry in the palm of his hands. But it wasn't technically his music that solidified Lil Jon as a cultural phenomenon. It was Dave Chappelle. On Season 2, Episode 6 of The Chappelle Show, Dave premiered a skit called A Moment in the Life of Lil Jon.
Are you checking any luggage today, sir? You check the bags yourself. And the bags have been in your possession the whole time?
What?
I'll never forget the morning after this episode aired. It seemed like everyone in my school was mimicking this skit, yelling what, yeah, and okay. Because of Dave Chappelle, people who had no idea who Lil Jon was knew him as the guy who said what, yeah, and okay. A moment in the life of Lil Jon became a go-to recurring bit for Dave's show. He reimagined the skit in Season 2, Episode 7 and Episode 13 alongside the real Lil Jon. Keep in mind, The Chappelle Show averaged 3.1 million viewers per episode in 2004, just shy of Saturday Night Live's 3.7 million, but his cultural impact reached far and beyond that. At the time, Dave Chappelle was comedy. Whatever he thought was funny, America thought was funny. And Lil Jon was one of the most successful bits he ever did. Jon even...
Why he wear the A-Town hat? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Maybe.
he had to wear the Atlanta hat. I ain't never... Well, he ain't got the Atlanta hat on now.
Yeah, he
but in his prime, he always brought the Atlanta hat. You know what? A lot of us went to the mall and got a Atlanta Braves hat. No, well, I was a Atlanta Braves fan back in the day, but a lot of y'all were no Braves fan. Y'all just was like, shit, that's what the rappers were.
As Dave changed his life.
I was talking about it to him that night. Every time I see him, I tell him, like that night, I was like, you ruined my life.
Now, the reason why Lil Jon jokingly says Dave ruined his life is because of, well, this.
What? Nigga, you sound like a bird. It's like, what? You sound like a fucking dying bird.
Is there anything that you say that you get so annoyed with that fans scream to you?
What?
Yeah.
What is the most annoying ever?
Lil Jon was kind of turned into a meme, which definitely helped his brand recognition, but was likely very annoying over the years to have random people shout at you obnoxiously when you're at the airport or dinner with your family. To make things even worse, the crunk era was dying. Quickly. For the next few years, Lil Jon had some popular songs in rotation, such as Girl Fight, Snap Yo Fingers, and Go to Church. Although the songs made during the snap/crunk era are nostalgic to look back on, the subgenre was very one-dimensional, and it's honestly surprising how long it remained popular. Songs were repetitive, with basic call and response chants, the beats all started to sound the same, and artists lacked the versatility necessary to maintain.
Why you think kind of, but hey, I ain't gonna say crunk dead, listen, deuce. Crunk ain't dead, crunk ain't dead, crunk ain't dead.
What was you about to say?
But do you what do you think kind of not killed it off? Because again, crunk music ain't dead. I think it's just in a different lane.
And I just think with that, it's just times change. Like things elevate, people start being put on to, I guess, like, or finding different avenues or being put on to different regions and stuff like that. I don't necessarily think it's dead per se, but as far as like it changing and people having to kind of like go to other outlets or do other things, I just think it's like, it's just part of the process and part of the era, part of the times. Like things are not going to stay like the same. You know what I'm saying?
And I'll say this to kind of throw it in another direction. I feel the decline of the crunk music being played is the lack of energy in the clubs.
Or you could say
that's what I would say.
You could say that too.
Because it went from a generation who didn't mind partying and turning up, didn't mind like having fun, to an uptight,
would it just being that
energy in the parties and in the club. It went from people not being afraid to dance and look like fools on the dance floor to people being too, I ain't finna go out there and look like a fool. I agree. When you go through that trajectory of it, that music doesn't fit that vibe.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because
I definitely agree.
Have you seen that meme where a lot of people, well, it was something that like a couple months ago, girls were showing they old club fits and how they used to go to the clubs and to the parties dressed like an HR lady.
Oh,
like how they used to dress up and have the little pearls and they had the little vest on with the. But now girls like even girls like that, because even you used to get the little pretty prissy girls, wouldn't mind going to the club, going to just a set party.
Yeah.
Now they too good to even go to that. They don't want to be seen at that. They think they too. Because you remember that time when we was at Sam's Club, right? And we met the dude. He was like, "Oh yeah, empty like the school. It ain't fun no more. The party."
Oh yeah, dude.
And I'm like, and I told him, I was like, because he was talking about how when we was here, when I was in school, everything just seemed so fun. And that wasn't. I'm like, it's not that long ago. I said, but y'all have to create that energy, that vibe. Y'all cannot just come up here and expect it to be. We came up here and created that, kept it going.
And that's the thing, people like hear about like so many different schools, like, oh, this school is considered like a party school. Like they be turning up, they be like, doing whatever. And then by the time they get there, that's gone because everybody else done graduated. But you have to create that. Like, okay, it's y'all time now to step up and do whatever y'all want. Y'all have to bring that element
energy.
So
it's gonna be boring if you don't bring it.
Facts.
And that's the reason why it's a decline of this.
That's what I'm about to say. So I do agree it's a decline because
of the people.
Yeah. So.
And that's the reason why you got more and then now y'all wonder why there's so many more shootings in the club. It's because it's more people not having fun, but more like the music is the element. Like we used to have fight music and stuff, but but by the time you done had all this energy, you ain't thinking about trying to shoot nobody. We might fight it out, bro, but
And if you do get the fight, it wasn't like it is now, but I get you.
That ain't one play.
Response chants, the beats all started to sound the same, and artists lacked the versatility necessary to maintain a fan base. And although Lil Jon was a pioneer of the genre, he needed to pivot or he would get left behind. Since Jon was a producer, he was able to stay in the mix with people who were pushing the next sound. And as we approached the 2010s, we got this new wave of feel-good rap, pop, dance, and cheesy electronic sounds coming from the likes of Flo Rida, Pitbull, and LMFAO. These iconic songs became timeless wedding and prom bangers, and Lil Jon's iconic ad-libs and hype energy fit right into these tunes. Crazy, the anthem, Do You Remember, and you can't forget the legendary Shots. I bet most of you watching remember Lil Jon from this era of his career. And if you think the crunk era went fast, these came and went even faster. One homecoming, one prom, and a wedding, and you never want to hear Pitbull ever again. Music was changing faster than ever as we approached the internet age. As we passed 2010, EDM festivals started becoming bigger and bigger. EDM DJs were often playing Lil Jon and Pitbull's songs Crazy and the Anthem. You also have to remember Lil Jon at his core is a DJ, so he was very curious to enter the new wave of open format DJs, which is basically just a DJ.
That is true, because when I was in college, it was of that element, and you had like the Skrillex and all those people, and I was doing my research on DJing, because I was DJing at the time, but I'm like, all right, because I'm very much so early, like hip hop, and finding early artists to break while I'm DJing. I wasn't into like doing electric style DJing and like stuff like this. So I was just like, man, how can I transition to doing? And that's kind of the way I was like, damn, like I didn't want to transition, but that's the money.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like for a lot of things, like if you're gonna like, I guess like do this lane, you definitely have to be open to be able to kind of transition with what the people like or whatever it is, what's on the rise at that time. Yeah. Or you'll get left behind.
Yeah. But that's the reason why I kind of, you know what I'm saying, start trying to transition to other stuff. Like even now, I'm already looking into other things and what's like, you have to be forward thinking always or you will always be left behind.
Facts.
Plays any and all genres rather than just sticking to one. In 2011, he collaborated with Laidback Luke and Steve Aoki on the track Turbulence, which was a huge anthem that year. He started going to massive festivals and performing alongside the DJs he knew. Plus, many upcoming EDM producers in all subgenres, from dubstep to dirty Dutch house to EDM trap, would often sample Lil Jon. His 3 iconic ad-libs were the perfect vocal chops to complement the energy that these EDM subgenres displayed. Or people often use this vocal shot from the song I'm the Ish by DJ Class.
Put your fucking hands up!
This was the go-to sample right before the beat drop in like 50% of EDM songs that year. But the one EDM track that changed his life was one sent over from DJ Snake. Snake sent Lil Jon a track that had a sample from Redman that said,
This the countdown, bang the underground.
He wanted Lil Jon to just re-say this phrase, but Jon didn't think the sample fit the energy of the track. On his first listen, he just blurted out, "Turned down for what?" and knew it was a smash. Only Lil Jon can say 4 words into a mic and know that it's going to be a hit record. He added 8 more words that most of you probably don't even care about. Fire up that loud, another round of shots. But DJ Snake didn't like it. Jon asked Snake to just trust him. They started playing the song at their DJ sets, and the crowd would go nuts.
It was one of the few records I've ever had that when I played it in my sets, every time another DJ came up to me like, yo,
Begging.
What is that?
Yes,
Let
begging.
me get that. Let me get that.
This song's popularity was also accelerated by Vine users, with the First Lady even making a video to it.
Turn up for what?
10 years after his first #1 song with Usher, Lil Jon went #1 on the Billboard Hot Dance and Electronic chart for 12 weeks. 1 week for every word he said on the song. Lil Jon was already an icon in hip-hop. This record made him an icon in EDM, and these days he has a much bigger presence there than in hip-hop. EDM DJs will send him a record to scream one of his iconic phrases before the drop, and he takes 50% of the revenue for the song. And he deserves it, because a Lil Jon sample will always get people rowdy. Today, Lil Jon's life is pretty unpredictable. He's become a big fan of the side quest. He has a successful TV show on HGTV, where he showcased his unique vision and design expertise, surprising the world with his eye for interior aesthetics. He created his own wine label, Little Jonathan Winery, that reflects his unique style and brought a touch of sophistication to his brand. You might even catch him lecturing at prestigious universities such as Oxford. In music, the less words Lil Jon said, the more successful he was, and he secured a well-deserved legacy from that. But these days, he's got a lot more to say, and we owe it to him to listen.
They gonna say that at my funeral. They gonna be like, he was a good man. Yeah! I said he was a good man. What? What? Man, he rest in peace.
Okay.
I think the difference with Lil Jon as a DJ, like somebody like Skrillex, DJ Snake, and all the other EDM DJs, is that like Lil Jon comes from an era where the DJ had to talk. He had to use. You were the one on the mic. You know what I'm saying? So he understood how the crowd moves off words. And simple words. Because most DJs, hands up, put your fucking hands up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to talk with the record.
Gotta instruct, gotta motivate.
And I've seen like a lot of EDM DJs, they just, you know what I'm saying? They let the music move the people. It's not much about them talking. You know what I'm saying? Even Marshmello, the one with the mellow, like a lot of them weren't vocal. So when they questioned, like, he was like, yo, just listen.
Just trust me.
Like, I've been in this game for one way longer than y'all. I know what do. And turn down for what? That joint was. I remember DJing.
When he used to come on, I used to turn up.
Yeah, like I remember DJing that, and folks used to be like, I put that joint on, and I used to play it probably twice.
Yeah.
Like midway and for probably like beginning midway and end midway, I would play it, and every single time I played it, people turned up. I remember people like
no matter who
energy,
the
energy.
Everybody.
And most of the time, I'm playing in majority black events.
We turning up.
They turn up for what? Nowadays, can you play that? Probably not. Like, you can probably get it off depending on the environment. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, it's just gonna be, it's cool, you know. But Lil Jon, he's a smart, he's a genius, man, and it's also iconic he never took them glasses off. Because image is a lot when it comes down to the music industry. You saw that early picture of him. Yeah. He like, nah, nigga, I need to hide the eyes. They were big as motherfuckers. He had big eyes, bro. Beautiful. But the thing is, he's like this is his identity. That's his thing, yeah. Like you gotta roll with what you roll with. You know what I'm saying? You gotta roll with what works for you. Mm-hmm. You know, and he has, and that's what made him multi-millions of dollars.
It's worked.
And he's still a household name to this day. Y'all still talking about him, so that's what matters the most.
Still be listening to. Well, I do. I was say still be listening to his music.
Oh, you remember? Not too long ago, I was playing it. A couple months ago. Yeah. I was playing all his old turn up fight shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh. That old Lil Jon and Eastside Boy.
But that's mainly all I listen to anyway. It's like old music. I be listening to new stuff too. I be listening to new stuff. Throw it up, yeah. But sometimes I be want to get like in that because that was just a different.
Won't be no. Don't stop. Because I'm insane in the brain. Insane.
I'm sorry. But anyway, but yeah.
Just imagine all the people who came from his genre. You know what I'm saying? Like Elevate. We got Lil Scrappy from that. What's his name? Because I'm outside of the club and you think I'm a Bone Crusher. Yeah. That, bro. Just that. It is. Wow. Hey, never scared. Tribute, some cut. And y'all still are like, yeah. Y'all still using this to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like Crime Mob. Yeah. If it weren't for Lil Jon getting Scrappy, I don't think we'd have Crime Mob. You know what I'm saying? Because Crime Mob came through Lil Scrappy. It's all like it's a trickle down effect. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I'm saying? Even the Yin Yang Twins.
Yeah.
I remember Yin Yang Twins used to come up here all the time at the White Club. I used to be like, damn, another week of the Yin Yang Twins? We're like, God damn, and I never went. Oh. So, man, nobody trying to go see the Yin Yang Twins. They were like, love me some Yin Yang Twins.
I would have been up in there if I was here.
Bro, they were always here.
I would have been right in there with them. What time they going to be there? I'll be there I'll meet you there 30 minutes before. Honey.
I ain't about trying to go to that White Club and listen to the Yin Yang Twins.
I would have been up in there. What we doing? All right now. Okay.
Yeah, especially with school you went to. Yeah.
Baby. Y'all would have been right up in there. Okay. I'll play.
But hey, man, y'all spam us up in the comments. Let us know y'all thoughts down below, man. But as always, I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
Sierra Nicole.
We are.
We are.
Go and get it. Ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my folks. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money low, get my team strong. Let me run away from my